Hey, it's Edge here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for S&P 500. I'll cover wave analysis with the Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Here on a 1 hour time frame, or 1 hour candle sizes at least, we have had this possibility where we had an ABC coming down or up here into these highs. At this place we had this labeled as a 5-way move here, ending at these tops. At this point it was a truncated fifth here, but there was other alternatives as well to this. For this we had a possibility of being a ABC in which the C wave ended up here. The subwave structure is not as clean as when ending the count here on the wave C, but this opens up some different possibilities for this rest of the structure. So let's start with this one here, saying that we had ended up here. Going to 15-minute time frame to see the structures. Now from here we had a possible 1, 2 and possible 1, 2, 1, 2. Now why I didn't like this earlier is just because how small this wave 1 here was. The wave 1 of lesser degree was larger basically here, which makes this less likely. Although it is possible to label it this way, we had a possible 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 into the third, fourth and then fifth. This would complete the third of this sub-minuet count starting from here, 1, 2, 3. Then we were looking for wave 4 and then wave 5. Now the wave 4 I labeled here, but again the wave 2 is so small that it's not comparable to this wave 4. However, if we will still want to continue with this one, we can still go with it. Wave 4 ended up here, and then again 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the third of micro, fourth of micro, and then fifth of micro. This count is pretty good, at least down here. It subdivides very nicely. There's no real issues. The only issue here on the last leg here is that we would basically have to imagine the wave 1, 2 here, at least on 15-minute time frame. We can see on smaller degrees that we would have this as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It is not as clear though. At this point we would have completed the wave 3 down here, and this extension is very large, around 5.618 here on log, and same basically on arithmetic scale. This would again say that wave 3 of this structure of this minuet count is already finished here. Now we would be looking for wave 4 of minuet and then the last leg downwards. Yeah, basically on this target, where right here where we have this previous wave 4, starting again the minimum retracements here around 37.66, and the main target would be around here at 38.41. But yeah, that is basically this count. The other scenario is that instead of wave C being here, we have it here. This would fit other counts better, but we'll look into that later. This would again say that we could have this an expanding diagonal here into 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It fits, but it is really ugly. We would have to say that we have this structure here as the wave 4, as some kind of WXY structure. It is definitely ugly, but what can you do? Wave 1 here, wave 2 up here, another 1, 2, and instead of being or labeling this structure as a 1, 2, 1, 2, instead we could be labeling as such. There we go. So here we would have this as a micro or sub-micro 1, 2, then 1, 2 of minuet, 3, 4 and 5 ending diagonal on the fifth. Let's see if we can zoom in a bit. Fifth ending the third of sub-micro, fourth of sub-micro and fifth of sub-micro. For sure, this last leg here for the fifth more looks like a 5-way or 3-way structure here instead of 5-wave. So we would have to need to have some kind of imagination here. It is possible, I guess, we could have this as a some kind of a ending diagonal, but again, it is really ugly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, 5 is smaller than wave 3, and 3 is smaller than wave 1, and of course wave 4 here is smaller than wave 2. So it fits, but again, not perfect. This would allow us to have this as a 1 here instead of a 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so that way we can take off 1 count, or 1 degree of counting in here. This would also give us the better look here on later structures compared. So again, we would have the same structure all the way down here. Everything beyond here is the same. So comparing this wave 4 structure here to this wave 2 here is now way better. We can see it is comparable in price and in time. However, we do not have a clear way to say that there is alteration. I can't really say that we have a double zigzag here, although this last leg does look like a ABC here. I'm not quite sure what this structure is overall, but again, we would have to be saying that it is some kind of three-way move. So given away that we don't have the alteration, or at least the good look of differentiating the alteration rule or guideline here, it still fits better, at least to me. Now again, at this point we would have the third of minuet down here, thanks to the substructure we can fit in here, and we would be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Why do we want to have this and not the previous structure having a 1 here and 2 here? Well, just because we would most likely have a possibility for alteration here between the second and fourth. The difference between the sizes of these are so big. Also, if we would have this as a 1, 2 here, we would basically complete this sequence earlier. So we would not have this structure at all here. So instead we would have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The third of this sub-minuet count would be here, 4 and 5. So we would have this as a third here. Now the issue with this is that RSI created a new low in here. So to me it is better to have the third down here. And now we'd be getting up here for the fourth of minuet and then looking for the fifth of minuet to complete something. So that is the reason why I prefer the wave 3 of minuet down here. So both of them are saying that we have the third here, but it is just different here. Overall, this looks better without the alteration, or even without the alteration, I would prefer this count. Of course, it has also issues, as with both of them have, but yeah, these are just counts that I am looking forward to. So on both, again, looking for this last leg up, although this does seem quite zigzaggy in the price action, I'm not really confident yet as of what this is. We could be saying that this is a three-wave structure here, some kind of 3 here, and then 3 here. I have not labeled it yet at all, but we did hit that 1-to-1 here. Is that significant at all? I don't know, I'm not sure. We'll see. But that is pretty much everything at the very moment I wanted to share. And if you have other counts you would like to share, check out the Discord, link to the server in the description of the video. Also, if you would like me to update a certain other asset, let me know in the comments below. And now I thank you for watching and hopefully see you on the next video. Bye bye.